Ahoy there, Captain Benzie here, coming at you with a live first impressions video for Limbo by Playdead. This is kind of a really creepy side-scrolling puzzle platformer. It's one that I've played quite a bit on things like iOS, did manage to go through and get all the achievements there, and of course it is available on Android. Now before we jump in, of course, if you do enjoy this video, let me know by hitting like on it, consider subscribing to the channel for all things mobile gaming, and let me know what kind of content you'd like to see in future, what what kind of things you'd like me to cover, any games you think I should play, etc. Let me know in the comment section down below, and I will go give it a try. Anyway, that said and done, let's jump right in to Limbo. Now, Limbo, as far as I'm aware, is a one-man project, as in it's a game that's made by a single developer, I believe. And certainly, as you can see here, you start off, there's not really much going on. Graphically, the game is very striking, it's very quiet, it's very eerie, you've got this very sort of muted black and white and grey monochrome palette going on here. Everything is very, almost dreamlike. And you can see it's got a very creepy starting atmosphere. It's a basic platforming, run, jump over things, but with a couple of little puzzles here, like, for example, you see here, pulling this box. Now, Limbo itself, the basic premise is that you are a little boy who's woken up after falling asleep in the woods, and your sister is gone. So you head off to go and find her, and just there are all these kind of very creepy, quite... I don't want to say, horrifying situations between you and your final goal. Like, seriously, if you're playing this game with the lights out and with a good set of headphones on, I mean, I'm using my Razer Hammerheads for this, obviously, to record, but when I've played it previously as well, I've been using my truly wireless Hammerheads just for the sound there. The game is undeniably creepy. It has a way of getting under your skin in certain sections. Like, there are just bits that happen and things that go on that can really, really kind of put you on edge. Like, to the kind of degree that only games like Silent Hill have managed to in the past, like Silent Hill 2. So for me, I've quite enjoyed my first playthrough of Limbo. I don't really want to spoil too much about it. I just kind of want to showcase the game, what it's about, give you sort of a head start on some of the earlier puzzles, like here you need to pull up the boat, you can climb up this vine thing on the side. I don't want to give too much of the game away, obviously, but I do just want to talk to you guys about what the game's about, how it plays, and if this is worth picking up, as it is a paid app, I believe, on the App Store. Now, Limbo itself, as you can see, as I said, it's a side-scrolling platformer. I'm using touch controls here. You've got a simple swipe left to move left, swipe right to move right. You hold the screen to do actions like pulling, and you, well, swipe up to jump. Now, when I say, like, it's fairly horrifying, it's because of stuff like that. Now, obviously, you can see there are two bear traps there. You can't just run through this and hope for the best. So you want to kind of move close. Move close without stepping on the bear trap was what I was going to say. And you can do that actually fairly easy with the touch controls. Games like this, obviously, there's that whole thing of, is it playable? With touch controls, is it actually, is it responsive? Is it simple to use? And the answer is yes. I'm actually playing this quite comfortably without using a mobile controller. The controller isn't overly important to me here. What on earth is that supposed to be? You tell me. I'm playing this without a controller. I'm just using the swipe controls. I've gone through this once already, and quite frankly, yeah, it's not actually an issue. I think this works. I think the controls are responsive enough that you don't need to worry about whether or not you've got a controller for this one. It is very much a case of the touch controls are more than what you would expect. Graphically, obviously, this thing is going to run on a potato. It runs on my ancient MacBook originally. I know that this can also run on like my I've got a spare iPhone 5 lying around that runs this. So the requirements are very, very slim. In fact, the only requirements I would say this game really does require, as I said, is something like a decent set of headphones. You want a good pair of headphones when playing this, preferably with the volume right on maximum, and the graphics, and your lights turned off, and the graphics and your lights turned off. Now, the game does do stuff like this fairly often. You can see checkpoints are frequent, so do expect just to be caught off guard by a lot of different things early on. Do expect to die quite a fair amount playing the game. It's not the easiest game ever, but it's not overly long either. It'll last you a couple of hours, that's a little bit longer if you don't look up walkthroughs on certain sections, like there, obviously working out that bear trap to pull the, to snap the corpse or whatever it is off the line, stuff like that. Obviously, if you don't just read a walkthrough, you might figure these things out that little bit faster. If you haven't played it before, again, it might be a little bit trickier, but that's kind of the point we're going for here. You don't necessarily want to just rush through this game. It is an experience, and it is a very creepy experience at that, and one that I do really wholeheartedly recommend that you guys give a go. Ultimately, if you're into sort of horror and spooky games and sort of the scarier side of things, which if you know you're playing Dead by Daylight, that kind of thing, yes, there's a reason I'm doing Limbo now, alright, sue me. If you're playing games like Dead by Daylight, etc., and you know you're into horror, that kind of thing, this might be worth checking out. You know, I'm playing this Dead by Daylight, Slayaway Camp, a lot of quite horror-related stuff at the moment, which, yeah, I guess kind of makes a sick kind of sense. You know, you get into a particular genre periodically. So for me, I don't know. For me, I love Limbo. I think this game is amazing. I remember playing through it the first time and thinking, my goodness, this game is just beautifully done. It's so dark. It's really quite twisted in certain places. Some of the stuff that happens can be genuinely quite spine-chilling. It's well worth a look out. It's one of those games that you just want to dive in and experience it for yourself, and, you know, give it a go. Give it a go. It's an experience, and now that it's on Android as well, it's an experience that you can have on the go. And to me, that's what this channel is about. It's about finding those games that, you know, you can just enjoy, have some fun with on mobile. It's not mobile exclusive by any stretch. I mean, some of you may have played this on, say, PS4 or Xbox or PC. As I said, I first played it actually on iOS. So it's definitely not a platform exclusive game by any stretch. And oh yeah, if you're arachnophobic, do be warned. There is a certain creature that is going to give you nightmares for days. Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to stop at this point because this is one of my favourite puzzles in the game and I really don't want to spoil it on video. That said, if you do have any like thoughts or questions, or you're getting really stuck, or anything you want to know about this game, do hit me up in the comment section down below, or come and find me on the various different social media channels that were along the bottom of the screen at the start of the video and are still in the description now. If you've played Limbo, let me know what your thoughts and opinions are on it. Let me know how you get on in the game. If you give it a try, let me know what your thoughts are. I would love to hear from you guys on this one. It's such a brilliant game. It's an experience I don't think anyone should miss out on that first time. Let me know how you get on. Otherwise, happy sailing, and see you all next time.